Hi, it's the Karla and
Rainelle show. Hello.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, absolutely, and happy post-Halloween.
Exactly. I was going to say, you're not imagining that this is a time warp and we've gone back a few days, and nor are we late because we just decided to have a little fun.
I feel like I'm in New Orleans right now, right?
That's right. There's other reasons to wear these lovely masks, right? You would think that we're trying to hide something. We're not trying to hide our beautiful faces.
Here's our little Halloween splash for you today.
Yeah, a little late shout out.
And maybe it's part Sugar Rush because I had definitely had some Kit Kats and Almond Joys.
Yes, and she even saved me some.
Yes. Someone's like candy, just candy.
Exactly. We didn't try to trick or treat, so that's the way we get. How did you get your candy?
I have my ways. So I didn't go trick or treating, but I have my ways.
Little candy, little girl.
I will always find sweets about.
Yeah, she found some sweets.
I will give a shout out to my Aunt Claudette Robinson, who does a wonderful every year. The kids just love coming by. She does these great bags of Halloween candy. Bags,
really?
Yes, for each child.
Okay.
I don't want to put it out there too much, so don't try to turn it in. She has a limit. She knows what kids are regular, but no, she does that, and so she gave me a few bags the other day, which I shared.
Thank you, Miss Claudette. She did. She gave me a little bag of goodies, and I was happy to get it.
Yeah. So everyone's on a sugar high, I'm sure. And this is last week we talked about the exercising, right? She had something funny to say about that, but the squats and something about the
we won't repeat that.
But after this is the day for me that I have to have already lost 5 pounds because when Halloween comes, the calories will follow.
Well, so how are you doing with that
New Year's? Through New Year's. Seriously, because you've got Halloween. Then, of course, we have Thanksgiving. Oh, my gosh,
yummy.
macaroni, cheese, and stuffing. And then we have Christmas. Gotta eat, you know. And then I actually cook jumbo lump Maryland crab cakes. I just bought them yesterday, by the way.
Oh, I know my invitation must be in the mail.
I did just buy some yesterday, so I'm preparing for my traditional jumbo lump crab that I do.
So you did purchase it for that purpose, right?
I purchased it already for Halloween, for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Sometimes she has them and then tells about it later or takes a picture of it when I'm like 1,000 miles away and can't run over and get some. But
this is the first time I actually talked about that I had the crab here that I bought it prior to.
Yeah, well, see, now that I know, trust me, we'll be discussing this. And trust me, I will be here inviting myself.
Right.
Well, once you've had them, you can't just like uninvite people to come and have them. So you just better limit who you have at the table.
Yeah, I must say, I had a lot of orders come. I mean, they're good. I only do it twice a year. I do it New Year's and I do it for Christmas. Or is it New Year's Day? New Year's Day. Black eyed peas, collard greens, and jumbo lump crab. So, hi everybody who's tuning in over there. I see you. I see you, Rodney.
We're trying to see.
And Linda. And Andy Scurro, Universal in New York. Andy Scurro, much love to you.
Oh, there's Latanya. Hi, Latanya. And I'm looking for my uncle.
Latanya.
Hi, this is supposed to be viewing live for the first time. Did you?
I don't think I did.
She was
I was supposed to friend accept her uncle.
Oh
my gosh.
Poor uncle. Hi, and I was supposed to check to make sure
reminded me.
Done it. Oh my God.
Well,
he's going to have to see it late then, I guess.
I feel so bad. He's trying to tune in. I didn't accept the friend request.
He's
I didn't even look at my Facebook.
His phone right now, I know.
Oh my gosh. So should we stop this and go and friend accept him?
I know, that's so terrible. Well, I should text him and say.
I almost want to turn the show over, let you take over for about 3 minutes while I, go find a computer in this studio.
No, I don't. You're ready to say you can't do it on the phone.
I'd have to go track down a computer somewhere.
I know, because you wanted to see your mom and everything.
Oh my God. Well, we'll have to catch a rerun. We'll have to catch a replay of the show.
I'll send it to him directly after we're done.
Because yes, Iris Gordy, former Motown Records vice president.
Yes.
And big quality control person she started with, and a lot of other history with her career, how she came to Motown and how she navigated her way up to being vice president.
About her for a second. I gotta grab my phone real quick. Right here.
And navigated her way to vice president. As a woman back in those days, it took a lot. There were only so many women that reached that level in the music industry. So we're going to talk about some of that fun stuff, and then what her new project is that she's doing with moi. you know,
yeah, there's always something good going on with these Gordy women.
You know, we keep it going.
You just never know.
But Latanya Black-Gilliard just went by on the screen, and we're glad she's watching. She was our guest a few weeks ago, and a lot of people chimed in and really, really loved the show, and they learned a lot. And was it the apricot seed?
Oh, yeah, that was a really, really good
that was very healing powers and so forth. So that's wonderful information. It really impacted some people's lives that have probably started. If you've already started on your apricot seed, please let us know. I want to hear about that.
I'm going to do
because I haven't gotten mine yet, and I want to go and get that.
I'm going to do something very unconventional right now. I'm just going to call.
Are you going to call? Oh, this is fun.
We're going to be on live TV.
Live calling her uncle,
so he can on here at least for a second,
so he can say that yes, your co-host did not accept my friend request. I'm so
and it
sorry.
Went straight to voicemail because he's not answering his phone because he's sitting there waiting for us.
Okay, I feel really bad.
See, on
another note,
okay, I know
this is Iris Gordy's book that Iris Gordy was one of the authors in the book. She did a chapter on civil rights and how Motown was impactful during the civil rights movement. So she'll talk about that in her wonderful chapter that she might do a reading if we get, we might look up and get her to do a reading for us. Called Passing It On. Oops, sorry. Passing It On. So
yes. So what else did you do this week? I mean, you're the busy one. I've just been slaving away working this week.
Well, goodness, there's so many events. It's funny. I want to say happy birthday to Jane Kennedy, long dear friend
happy birthday.
of the family. Yeah, she celebrated her birthday, and I was so swamped. I tried literally, I kept saying, you came to help me work on Friends of Fuller, and I was like, I'm getting over there. I got to get over there. We had a big emergency with some things, and I couldn't make it. I'm so sorry, but it was a wonderful celebration.
To come. Absolutely,
I did. So please know if you're watching, Jane, I did. I talked about it the whole 5 hours. Okay, I'll go in an hour. And I just couldn't do it. I had a big committee meeting that night, so. And I do want to say our committee has been amazing. We have about 20 people on our team. And it's so, volunteering in itself, I want to talk about that. Because to be a volunteer, people assume, okay, you're a young, student or someone that, is trying to navigate their way in their career and all. But actually, some amazing volunteers, including myself over the years, have been progressive, work people
women
in the industry
that have all kinds of skills.
Men too. Women and men. Why you say women? You just
no, I know. Well,
singling out the ladies.
Women are just so wonderful, but we do volunteer. We tend to volunteer a lot more. I think the guys come to maybe meet the women. You think?
Maybe. I don't know. A smart man would do that, volunteer to meet a good lady, because that means you have a good woman who's giving back
with a good heart and is willing to do for others. Yeah,
that's a good. I didn't think of that, man. We just gave you a tip today.
There you go.
Want to meet a good woman with a good heart? Go volunteer somewhere.
It might not be the exact motive that you want to say that you're using. But
don't tell them that.
But it is.
But don't lie. Just be there and do do goodwill. Don't do it if you
want to be around good people. That's the truth.
Well, speak from the heart. Always tell the truth.
Absolutely. Because we can tell when you're not anyway.
Because I've been dealing with a few liars this week.
Ooh. I need...
Oh my gosh.
A little more shade.
It's getting chilly.
There's been some
interesting, but off with that, I've got a drama.
I know. Where's the sweep? There's a big
beneath me
brush to sweep it all away.
I've swept all the drama under.
Me too.
The rug.
There's always drama trying to creep up, but
it will every day.
At least every 6 months, you should just clean house, and you all know what we mean. Clean house, get rid of the junk
with the hearts, the bad hearts.
The
bad heart.
Exactly.
But no, you have to do that and just move forward and cleanse and move forward with life and your journey and your mission and your passion, and don't let people get you off track. We always got to give you that motivation.
Distraction. Not good, right?
Well, it's jealousy. We know it.
Envy.
It's people who are jealous
and all those
and don't want to see you succeed in your path. And I think we all need to be there to uplift and support others, because we all connect. There's something that I'm doing that can benefit you, that you're doing that can benefit me, and I can reach out and help somebody every day. I've said this many times, and everyone that watches regularly knows, I always say, do something to make someone smile, do
That's
something
right.
that helps somebody for that day. You know, reach out a hand.
Yeah.
Don't just see someone and feel jealous or
No.
envious or competitive.
Or what they call those crabs in a barrel. Is that what they call it? Where the crabs down the bottom, they're trying to drag you back down. If you're a crab that makes it halfway out, there's somebody going to be trying to drag you back down in the bottom of the
climb
barrel.
right over you
That's
and
right.
keep going.
You know, so
That's true.
don't be that person.
Yeah.
It's not a cute look.
Not at all. Not at all. Not
So
at all.
I feel bad about my uncle. I'm gonna just have to go. He won't answer
truly
the phone
do.
because he is dedicated. They're sitting there waiting patiently for
Well-
his friend request to be accepted. That's all right. I'm gonna use this for at least 24 hours.
I know, I'm gonna
get all kinds of favor.
I'm going to hear this for a while because you did ask me to friend accept your uncle so he could watch today's show,
Yeah,
and I totally did not. Andy's girl, what are you saying to me over there? Everything in life is contagious. That's it, Andy. Go ahead.
All right.
The
Well,
negative and the positive.
One more time.
Yes, Andy, you are on point. I love it. Thank you so much for that. And Linda Allen is helping.
Oh, it's going through.
With
I'm
her
gonna make
committee. She's
Karla
going to
say
make an
hello.
on-camera phone call to her uncle. What's his name?
Uncle Hi.
Uncle Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, H-I?
Well, it's H-Y.
H-Y?
It's
Uncle Hi.
Hylas, so we call him Uncle Hi.
Okay. I could play with that. Uncle Hi. Hi.
No, he's
Uncle
not
Hi.
answering the phone. He's mad
Okay,
now.
well, when he
He's-
looks back, you'll see we spent at least 5 minutes on Uncle Hi.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to have her leave a message.
I feel like Jimmy Kimmel, where you have this
I know,
your uncle
yeah,
on the
like
show.
a
He's going to
live-
become a part of the show, right? Uncle Hi.
Okay.
We'll have to have him a part of the
So here we go.
part of the show. Do something because he sounds like he's a fun person.
Okay. Now this is the beat coming.
Okay.
Now leave him a nice
Hi,
message.
Uncle Hi. It's Karla, your niece's co-host, and I'm so sorry I didn't friend accept you on Facebook so you could watch live today because we're on live watching me talk to you. So this is my punishment. I promise after the show I will immediately accept your friend request. I cannot do it during the show.
Okay. All right, Unc, we got to go, but we'll send you the
So I'm on
show
blast
right
for
after.
everybody.
Okay.
Everybody saw
Love
that.
you. Bye.
It's okay.
Well, at least
I can own up to it.
I bet you he'll feel real special when he sees this back in another
Yeah.
hour or so and say, well, would they spend at least 3 minutes talking about me? So that's
So we've
makes
made
up for it.
We've made up for it. We have. What time do we have now?
Yeah. It's almost time for our special guest.
I want to just say for those with animals, it's a whole different direction.
Okay.
But I have one of my dogs is 15. And I've been dealing for the past maybe 5 days with her legs and joints getting weak. And I've talked to so many people as I walk her. I actually came up with a way to kind of lift her up with one of those stretch bands.
Yeah,
the exercise
Pilates
bands. And so I took that to lift her up and help her up and down, the street and to go. And it's really been a big difference. And it's actually therapeutic, I found, because now it's kind of exercising her and letting her stretch it out. And she's improving and her leg is getting stronger.
There you go.
So I'm a little vet. And
add to all of the other wonderful talent.
For those that do have animals that are aging, just know they need that exercise. Stretch their legs out, because I've even taken her leg and I massaged it and I pulled out just like you would do an adult.
She seemed to like
so I would,
it.
If she really did, yeah, she wasn't crying. So I just thought I'd throw that in because I like to share things that I find out that benefit me and my family and help us.
Absolutely.
That maybe someone didn't know, and please share with us some things that maybe you know that you can help turn. I'm gonna get rid of these that you know that can help us.
We'll replace it with this.
Because the book, because we have a guest coming on stage that's related to me.
And my adopted mom.
Yes. Now we probably won't be able to get a word in anymore after that.
I know, so that's why we're
going
going to squeeze in all our stuff right now.
Yeah, I know.
And we can both talk too. As you know, we can talk, but
well, this is a talk show.
Yeah, so we'll try to get in a few words in between.
we bought the talking mama on the show today.
Yes, but she has such a lovely life to talk about.
I know we can't do it in a short period of time, but we're going to definitely highlight for you. For anyone who has not heard of Iris Gordy, look at a lot of the 80s, late 70s, 80s, and early 90s records from Motown, and you'll see her name all over the back of Rick James, Tina Marie, and many others.
Oh, yeah.
She's helped launch the DeBarge career with their second album, becoming successful due to her work on that and many others. And I'd like to bring to our set and our TV show, the Karla Rainelle Show, Miss Iris Gordy.
Hey!
Hello. Oh, double cheeks.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
It's her. her. She's here.
Live.
In her lace. Look at her in her lace.
I'm here.
You're here.
I'm on the Karla and Rainelle show.
Isn't that amazing? We're very honored.
Scoot over a little so we're all in shot. We'll make sure everybody's in.
Yeah.
Ray, get over.
Okay.
So welcome, Miss Iris Gordy's mommy.
I'm so proud of you girls. I really am so proud of you. You do such a magnificent job every week.
Well, thank you.
We get to see just beauty, brains, just wonderfulness at work, good emotional heart. You're just great.
Well,
Love
thank
it.
you. Well, I'm glad you watch. You're really one of the regular viewers and
That's right.
promoters of the show, and you've definitely Miss Quality Control tells us when she thinks something can be fine-tuned or corrected, and we love it. Appreciate that.
Yes.
So we're going to kind of do what we can to let the viewers hear how you navigated your way through Motown to become a vice president in one of the divisions, and how was it being a female in that corporate world in the late 70s, early 80s. So we,
it was like about 10 years ago, wasn't it? About 10 years ago.
It was about 10 years ago. That's it.
Yes,
She's only that tad.
When we celebrated Motown 50, it was like, yikes, really?
Motown 50.
Oh, wow.
I know everybody wants to know, before I jump way back to Detroit, Michigan, we're going to start with something fun. Motown 25. Michael Jackson did the moonwalk. Big historical show.
Everybody
high ratings.
That's right.
It's on DVD now. Had a big release. So I was there. You were there. What did you think? Did you even imagine that television broadcast would have become so internationally, historically relevant?
Well, I'll tell you, I was privy to some of the goings on beforehand. The pre-show activity was just so. It was just so busy and so difficult to do because Michael did not want to do the show at first.
Okay, so he was asked to do the show and he said
convinced. No. Yeah, all the artists were asked. All the artists were approached.
Okay, so we'll take it back. How did it come to be? They were trying to do a reunion of Motown artists? Is that what it was started as?
Well, it was Motown 25. It was the 25th anniversary of Motown.
But they wanted to bring.
So they wanted to do something very special to commemorate that 25th year.
Okay.
You know, most businesses don't
last that long.
5 years, 10 years.
That's great. Yeah.
So here we had made 25. Who knew we'd go on to 50? But and celebrating again. But they wanted all the artists to be involved, as many as possible. It was the idea of Suzanne DePass, who was. She was a dynamic force at Motown herself, one of Barry's proteges, like many of us were. I worked for Suzanne, and she and her producers that she was working with, I guess on the outside, came up and brought this idea to Barry. Hey, let's do this show. And I think at first they wanted to surprise him. I think
really. I imagine that would have been hard to do.
Yeah, so. Many of the artists had left the company. And, well, you don't feel that great when artists leave your company and go on for various reasons. It always sort of boils down to money more than, other things that we find out later in life are much more important than money.
Yes.
Barry did say money can't buy everything.
That's right.
But what it can't buy, I can't use. But that was his song as a younger man. And as you grow older, you get wiser. All the artists get wiser. We all get wiser. And we learn that, hey, it's about relationships.
That's right.
Character, integrity. And we're all floating on this big planet together. I think you guys were talking about it earlier, what's important in life. Right. We're all floating here together. We can't escape. So we have to love each other. We have to do the best for ourselves each day and our fellow man. Right? Because we're stuck with each other, like it or not.
We are. We're stuck on this planet together for
good,
sure.
Bad, or indifferent.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, the idea of Motown 25 came about because of that, and because of all this sort of trying to convince certain artists to do it, especially Michael, who happened to be working in our studio at the time on an outside project, although he had left the company at the time. But he was coming back, working at the studio. The relationships were still good. But he thought he was too busy, or for various reasons, he didn't want to do it. And there was a call made to Barry. You're the only one that he may listen to.
Oh, wow.
And he said, oh, no, I don't want to force anybody, you got to go through all that. No, I don't know why you guys are doing this. Everybody's gone. He talks about it in his book, To Be Loved. He has a brilliant his autobiography. And now they play on that Motown music. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So finally, yeah, persuasive. She wanted to go to the studio. And I was there that day. The office was at the studio at the time, and saw them go into the studio. I didn't go in.
You didn't
but
get
I saw
what you knew what was going on.
Sort of hurrying him in, and there was a long meeting with he and Michael. Next thing we knew, Michael was doing the show.
Wow.
He was on it.
And the moonwalks of the world. The moonwalks haven't been the same since, have we?
No, we have not. I think I tried to do it the other day.
Oh my God! I just went the street. Down, I was on the street dancing and doing moonwalks today. It keeps freezing. I hope the connection keeps freezing.
Yeah.
So I feel sorry for everybody for
That's okay.
perception issue.
Now, I have a question for you now. Being a daughter of Motown, so to speak, was it destined that you're going to work at Motown whether you like it or not? Or did you decide that this is really what I want to do because I've been exposed to it my whole life and I'm dying to do that?
That's a good question.
No, it wasn't destined necessarily. Well, I guess yes and no. Because Motown, actually, the seed of it, you have to plant a seed for it to grow. The seed was really planted by the integrity and the wonderfulness of my grandparents, Bertha and Barry Gordy Sr. They were just strong, hardworking people, strong work ethic, very religious. My grandmother was an entrepreneur herself. My grandfather was certainly an entrepreneur. My grandmother helped run an insurance company.
Really?
And was working in conjunction with banks and so forth. Yeah, my grandfather was basically a laborer. My grandmother was the teacher and educated one. She had taught in the South. She came up north and then was involved in her own business and so forth and working for an insurance company. So they were the pillars of the community. Everybody knew the Gordys because my grandmother was such a loving person. My grandfather was such a loving person. And they loved each other fiercely.
Wow.
And they taught that to their children. In fact, in my grown aunts and uncles, all the siblings of my father, Fuller Gordy. My father was the oldest brother of 8 children, and Barry was next to the youngest. He was the 7th child,
Really?
7th child of 8 children. And I never saw them disrespect their parents or speak disrespectfully to my grandparents. Never.
And there's such a difference than today's children.
Yeah, and so that love from the Gordy family spilled over when Barry started the company. That spilled over into Motown. And Motown, it was such a loving atmosphere, even though there was a lot of competition between the producers and writers, which made it stronger, made them stronger. And Barry always taught the philosophy, competition breeds champions. So.
And I guess he was right.
And he also taught no job too big, no job too small. And it didn't matter what you were doing.
Everybody.
Like I started out as a
all
clerk.
hands on deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started out as a clerk out of high school.
Oh.
So that was your first job at Motown as a clerk.
Yeah, just a clerk, filing and working in the A&R
But how did you end up with that job? Did your father, Fuller Gordy, say, "Hey, I want you to take this job"?
That wasn't my first job. When I was a kid, maybe 8 or 9 years old, I was working at. Again, I'm from a family of entrepreneurs. My father owned a printing company with the Gordy Printing Company.
Yes.
With my Aunt Esther Edwards, who later founded the Motown Museum.
Okay.
They together with my Uncle George Gordy, who later left the printing company to form a cleaners across the hall.
I'm busy.
And
Yeah.
Barry eventually had a record shop, a jazz and blues record shop.
Okay.
And so there were a lot of entrepreneurs.
And what about the grocery store? Now, when did that come?
That may have been before my time. Because
they owned a grocery store on top of it, I remember. There was a Gordy grocery store?
They had a grocery store, I think, when the kids were, the siblings were teenagers.
When they were small. Okay.
Right?
So,
it wasn't
Barry Senior and Bertha had the grocery store, and okay.
Yeah, and it was in another part of. They lived on the west side, and then later they moved to the east side and bought a building on the corner. I mean, those days my father had grandparents had no money to buy a building on the corner.
Yeah,
which had 2 apartment units in it, and it was what do you call it today when you live upstairs and you're downstairs?
Duplex?
The
Multiplex?
multi-unit
building.
Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose.
So they had these businesses downstairs. Gordy Printing Shop was one of them. And I was behind the counter, could barely see over the counter.
Somebody bumped the table.
But it was my job.
Live television.
Now that's fun. When you hit the, I guess, I don't know, something bumped the table.
Okay.
That was funny.
We fall down,
but we get up.
We had an earthquake. No, I'm kidding. When you bumped the table,
everybody fell. Did I do that?
Yeah,
I do that.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That was the Gordy ancestors saying, that's right. There we go. Okay, so whatever.
No, she was talking about the print shop. So all that. So
and her first job at 8 years
over
old.
the counter, right? I have this vision of that.
Yeah,
too,
me too. That's cute.
And out of high school, I started working at Motown. By then, Barry had formed Motown, and we were working there. A lot of young people were working at the company. And I'm being cautioned against it. Don't want to shake you folks out of
our camera crew is falling.
It's okay.
So basically, it sounds like the family was always about working, great work ethic. All hands on deck. The children, nieces, nephews, everybody would come in and be involved and engaged. So you were already taught about being in business from a young age.
Absolutely.
And you watched your elders work hard and launch their own businesses and companies and own their own. And we're talking years ago.
Yeah.
So this is when Black people were about their own property, their own business, success. And running
hardworking
and hard work.
And keeping the family, like the whole family involved.
So at what point did you always know, okay, I want to own my own company, I want to my business, or how did that affect you growing up around all that? I mean, it's a large family. Which this is my family, but I'm still learning. How did you learn?
Well, first of all, you couldn't be in our family without knowing you were going to work. You knew that you were going to work. Is that somebody's phone?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay.
You couldn't be in our family without working.
Okay.
All the fellas helped Pop, as they called my grandfather.
Gordy Senior.
Gordy, on the construction truck. He was a home builder. He built homes, and he was a plasterer, master plasterer.
Wow.
You don't find that kind of tradesman anymore these days too much. They'll throw up some drywall, but the plaster and I remember my grandfather used to walk around with this little book of the. And it was his accounts, and so this was his account book.
Wow!
And he'd
all the money people are paying now for that.
Exactly.
He had a little book. He took care of his own accounting.
Today it's all on something like this.
Right.
But mostly in that book, I found out later, were accounts of people who weren't able to pay everything then. And they just keep account. Well, you just pay me what you can when you can.
Okay.
And that started, I guess, when they had the grocery store and people would come in. They couldn't afford all the groceries. And just pay what you can when you can.
Oh wow, true family business there.
Neighborhood,
definitely. Community.
Really
that's
helping,
a community business.
Helping people to keep afloat.
Wow.
And with their basic needs.
And that's what I preach on the show about. Everyone needs to. I just talked about it. Help somebody, reach out, do something for others to uplift. That's how you become successful as a group, as the masses.
Yeah.
So he did that. Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole community working together because there was a confectionery, as they call it in those days. It's a drugstore combination. You could go in there and get malts, shakes today, hamburgers, hot dogs, fast food business on the corner, at the corner drugstore. And in the back you go to the counter, there's the drugstore. But I'm really telling my age. But that's okay. Who cares? I got this one.
I know. It's hard.
And I have that.
And so, my beautiful granddaughters, I and my son. Wow, gorgeous. So, They, I was talking about the drugstore part where you go there. The Barthwell family owned the drugstore business. They had a couple of drugstores around town, maybe 2 or 3, and so that was their dynasty. Ours was sort of, I guess, real estate, and eventually Barry started. He was always interested in music, so his naturally turned to music. He became a music mogul because that was always his interest.
That's
although
what
he
he
worked in the factory at first, and even when he was working in the factory, he was always writing songs, and the machines would be going chink chink chink. There was a rhythm. He could hear the rhythm.
Writing songs.
The Ford Mercury plant. He was hearing songs. Everybody else was hearing noise and foundry stuff, and he was hearing, hey, that's a hit song.
But what about you, and how did you come to have a great ear in music? Because you launched many careers in your days as a vice president of Motown and navigating your way to Motown. I want to make sure we get that in.
Yeah, I always had a pretty good ear, I was told, and I always could sing a little bit, and but I was always a little shy. I liked the background, and
where'd that lady go?
I used to always be in front of somebody's mirror singing something.
Okay.
It's not bad. I mean, I could strike up some, but even now. So, but I went away to college for a year, came back, worked at the company, got hooked, and decided, I think I just want to go to Motown University. I like
That's
this.
a good school.
Yes,
That's a good school.
It seems to be very successful school.
I know. Someone should start a Motown University. Actually, I know a lot of people would go.
And it was just a wonderful experience. It was exhilarating just to be called. I come in from school. I remember coming in from school when I was like a freshman in high school, sophomore. And a couple of times my mom said, your Uncle Barry called. Someone didn't show up for a background session. He wanted to know, could you come in and fill in? And so I jump on the bus, go down there, maybe take one of my girlfriends will ride with me and just hang out with me while I sang with the Rayber Voices. Yes, bless Raynoma Singleton. She was Barry's second wife, and she was very instrumental also in that Hitsville building and so forth that we
That's now a Motown Museum, the Hitsville building in Detroit. Yeah.
And that truly was a university itself, the Motown University. It turned out to be because people went in. Not only the artists went in as raw material, like the cars at the factory he worked in. He thought, hey, automobiles come in as just raw parts, all these different parts, and it comes off the assembly line. A brand new car. Why not? I like music. I like all these people. People were beginning to find out there's this guy who could really write good. He works with Jackie Wilson. He's done this. Smokey Robinson is there. And so he said, I'll take this raw material that keeps showing up at the door. And hey, we have this building where they're going to come out. Not brand new cars, but brand new stars. Not stopped. It's not stopped. It hasn't stopped. He's still working very hard. Very good.
Wow. Well, I have, what else? I was going to ask you about something. I want to know, I always like to ask a person what your fondest memory of your career was. Or if you have like just a favorite thing that if you had to highlight something, you know, that really just always makes you smile or always makes you feel proud or good, what would that be?
There are so many right now, to tell you the truth.
So that's a hard question to answer.
There's so many, but I tell you what, I guess I can draw from my childhood memories, our family. I always kind of go back to the family. My daughter's the same way. Karla is just a family person. She loves her family. And I always thought I'd have a bunch of kids all over the place, like... we had a big family. My father had 8 brothers and sisters. Some of them, my uncle had 6 children. Another aunt had a couple of children. So I always envisioned that. I always never felt like an only child, although I was an only child. But I never felt lonely or lonesome because I had so many cousins.
Yeah.
Who were like my brothers and sisters, and we'd be spending the night at each other's homes all the time. But the Christmases were the thing. We'd always go to grandmother's house, grandma and grandpa's house for, we called my grandmother grandmother. Couldn't call her grandma. There's none of that, or Grammy, or she was grandmother. And the children, her children called her mother. You know, mother this, and he was Pop. So the grandchildren called her grandmother and called him grandpa. And so we would have these contests, these shows. We'd always put, hey, let's put on a show. And we did. We'd have Christmas shows, and everybody leading up to Christmas, from around before Thanksgiving up through Christmas, everybody would, what are you going to be? What are you going to be? What's happening? What? Oh, I'm not letting you see what we're doing. Oh, and then the big day, Christmas Eve, I think it was, maybe a couple of days before Christmas, or Christmas dinner, I think. Yeah, Christmas dinner. We not only have the dinner, but that was the day of the big competition.
Wow. And everybody was and everybody looked forward to it, I bet, too.
And we had, my Uncle Robert, who eventually ran Jobette Publishing at the company, he and his wife, Teresa, the beloved Teresa Gordy, who passed away a couple of years ago. We lost her. But they were the cutest little couple, and they did this dance I'll never forget, called the Applejack, where you turn on your heels. And so my cousins and I always made skits up that were, I played some character, and then other people were the comedians. Barry, of course, was always doing something funny and hilarious, and he usually kind of stole the show, because everybody was like, my aunts Anna and Gwen did something, my father Fuller, my mother Mildred participated, So it was just a great time. That's one thing that really stands out always in my mind. How much fun that was.
That's a great memory.
And that from me, being your daughter, as the years went on. See, this are early years, but for me, I, enjoyed all the family gatherings, and we still do that to this day. Coming together, putting on skits, doing performances, doing, it's kind of that fun interaction. We always do shows and contests.
You remember when we celebrated Grandpa's birthday? He would have been 100 and something,
119
19 maybe, and
did the big
we
stage
all
show.
Went up to Barry's and had this big show. Everybody made up a skit built on Pop's life. It was all built around his life.
That was awesome. And my daughter was in both of them were in the show. One was Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, and my cousin was Kiara was Diana Ross. And they all had a role.
I put that skit together.
And you were in charge of that.
Pops, We Love You, the song.
Right. I sang on that song, Pops, We Love You.
When I was
on background as a kid. I did what you did as a kid. Going in the studio. Well, we're over our 30 minutes, but if you still want to tune in, I know we're a 30-minute show, but we want to give her a quick moment to talk about passing it on. And I love that history that you've given us, these behind-the-scene tidbits that you don't get to hear.
Yeah, this is a book that I'm not the main author, but it's an anthology of several authors. I think about 30 authors. A friend of mine asked me to participate in this because she knew she thought I had a story to tell. I said, well, nobody wants to hear. I'm not,
You have a good story to tell. Very good story. In fact, she's working on her book, so get ready for Iris Gordy's book.
The little story.
We're over time, but a quick passage. Go ahead. We're controlling this thing.
We can go over time.
We're going over today.
If you all have to go use the restroom, just hold up for a minute.
That's right. Executive decision. We're going to let Iris Gordy go pass it. And then we'll close out.
It's Passing It On, Moving Stories of Activists, 1960 to 2000. And my chapter in here is on page 9. It's Two Dreams Rising, Motown and the Movement. It's a civil rights book, really. It's all about civil rights and how we participated in our small way in the civil rights movement. And how I wrote about how the two lives of Berry Gordy and Martin sort of paralleled each other, with the kids who followed them and their dreams and so forth. And then eventually they met each other and converged. But I start off, throughout history, some of the world's most iconic figures have come from humble beginnings. These individuals have usually been ordinary people doing extraordinary things. America's magnificent and turbulent 60s, which helped to shape my formative years in Detroit, Michigan, were marked by a remarkable chain of historic events. In particular, the ongoing persistent struggle for civil rights, the assassination of 3 beloved figures, including our nation's 35th president, and the debilitating extended quagmire of the Vietnam War. 30 years before this period, 2 ordinary, hard-working families, unknown to one another, would produce 2 sons in the year 1929. both of whom would grow up to become household names. In the fast-moving, unsettling period of the 1960s, these sons of ordinary Americans would come of age and significantly influence America, the lives of its citizens, and the world. I'm proud to have grown up personally, enjoying the wit, the humor, and the love of one of them.
All right. I wonder who that man was. I love it. Ooh,
that makes me want to read more.
Yeah, that sets it up for wonderful stuff. And that man would be Barry Gordy.
I'll have to set up my website so they can get it.
I love it. Yeah. If you want to get a copy of the book,
I think I'm having a signing soon.
Post a message here on the Karla Rainelle Show.
Yeah.
Or
on our Facebook
direct
page,
message me to Karla Gordy Bristol on Facebook.
Right.
Thank you.
And I'll pass it on. Or you can friend request Iris Gordy on Facebook. Just go straight to the lady.
And hi, friends.
Yeah. Well, this is great. I appreciate you coming and taking time, because right now you're very deep in Friends of Fuller Gordy Strike Fest about your father, Fuller Gordy.
Yes.
And the two of us put that on every year. As our 9th year, you founded it. I'm co-founding this. I co-founded it with you. We're co-producing it. We have a great team that includes Rainelle and Deborah Hubbard, and so we're thrilled.
And some dynamic volunteers.
Volunteers. We have 19 or 20 great volunteers, and we appreciate all of them with their time. They're working really hard. And 1 week from today is the Friends of Fuller Gordy Strike Fest 9th annual.
Woo,
So before we sign off, because that's coming up.
Oh, okay.
You can tell people where they can sign up for it, or what to expect there. Why is it important? We're honoring, you talk,
Oh, okay.
Let you do
I
it.
thought we were signing
We're going to
up.
let her talk.
Well, that's right. We always sign off
We're
about
going way
3
over
times
today.
before
It's Iris Gordy on the show. We got to go over.
No, we sign off 3 times before we say goodbye.
Yeah, this is going to be the lay. I wanted to make sure she got that in.
It's a Gordy goodbye. Bye.
That's it. This is true. She's right.
You're still here?
If you're at a Gordy family party, this is how the goodbyes will go. Hug, kiss. You go around and be
Happy
like hug and
kiss
kiss again. Huggy, kissy family.
Okay.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about that and where they can become involved. And this is the first year it's not been invite only. We've actually opened up a little bit more. So
yeah, well, what it is my father, Fuller Gordy, Fuller B. Gordy, was actually his name is Fuller Barry Gordy. He was his middle name was named after his father, Barry, and then they ended up naming the 7th child the first name, Barry, the one that we all know and love. And we honor my father because he was not only a Motown executive, a Chamber of Commerce executive, a humanitarian, great heart,
mentor
just a mentor to so many people. And people used to come up to me all the time and say, "Gee, I wouldn't be in business if it hadn't been for Fuller Gordy. I wouldn't be alive had it not been for Fuller Gordy."
Really.
I mean, he just had humanitarian instincts for everybody and everything. He was just a compassionate person. So among all those other things, he was also the first black professional bowler to be inducted into the Professional Bowlers Association.
That's an amazing
from the state of Michigan. So
Mr. 700, they called him.
Yeah, Karla and I happened to be out bowling one day, and I saw this little card, give a bowling party, because I've been saying, what can we do for Dad to honor his memory?
Right.
He passed away in 1991, and we just were looking for something to do to honor him, not another rubber chicken dinner or lunch. And so, hey, give a bowling party. I said, Karla, let's see. She said, Pop. I said, yeah.
Right.
Let's do this. So we've been doing it this is our 9th year doing that.
Yes, amazing.
And it's a rousing good time. We have fun. It's at nice bowling facility in the valley this year. I don't know if I want to blast that.
But
our website,
direct message us.
Our website is it's advanced purchases only. Nobody can really show up at the door and get in because it would be too cumbersome.
Too much.
No.
But there's a way to sign up online if anyone's interested in coming, and that's at should I give the website or the
website?
Yeah, Friends of Fuller, Friends with an S of Fuller.org.
Yep.
And all the information you need is there. And if you seriously want to have a grand old time with some grand people, then I would say click on and hurry up before all the... Notice I left the old out. No, I left the old out with some grand blank people. Then
you are heard.
Grand old time.
Now, have we finished with Friends of Fuller real quick?
I have one more thing.
One more thing. Before you see us again next week, the world is going to change in America because we will have voted. And all of you out there will have voted.
You better have.
Vote for something or pass out with the results. How about that?
After a conversation, which I can't get into with someone on Halloween who voted for a person that they were very disappointed in themselves that they even voted for. And it was really interesting to watch them.
Because all their views were another direction.
They totally were against everything about this candidate. They verbalized this to us, but they said they voted for them strictly because they were raised in that particular party, and they just
their whole family
was that particular party, and they voted. And we're just like, but you're visibly disappointed, and you're angry at yourself for doing it. And she said, I know, I don't know why I did it. It's horrible. And they said all these really bad things about the candidate, but she went and voted. Yeah. So that's what gets to me. So when you vote, please make sure you believe in that person. Please make sure you think that person is going to do some great things for the country and for all of us here on Earth and in the United States, but on Earth, because we have to bring the world together.
Exactly.
Really, you have to have someone that can bring the world together, the best of their ability, and at least have that in heart. So that's my tidbit, but let's vote. But let's go for good reason. Don't vote just because, that was my party.
And it's not just the president you're voting for. Remember, we've got, the Senate and the different government officials that we need to make sure that they're going to, have your best interests at heart as an American, as a human being, and maybe people you know and love. Maybe someone will be helped by the policies of those people, and maybe, it's not just about you. And I think we've said that before. It's not just about you. So if you think it's only about, I don't want to vote for that person or that person, there are a lot of other people out there who are running for office that can make a difference in the lives of people. So just
find out who the best judges are, because
just remember the Supreme Court. Just remember there's one party.
Sorry, I was trying to stop an alarm going.
There's one party that claims that they will not let any more progress, the same they did for the past 8 years, will not let any more progress happen in the Senate if a certain person is elected. And that's ridiculous, because these people work for us. We pay taxes for their jobs, and they need to do their doggone jobs.
Woo!
Preach.
All right. Rainelle's on fire.
Reformation.
Woo! We have a legacy to uphold. Let's uphold that legacy.
Yeah. Okay. All right, now I guess we can go.
Well, there's that, and the day after you vote, we'll be celebrating at Friends of Fuller.
Yeah. And one more thing, could you give a shout out to my Uncle Hi? He wanted to tune in live just to see you.
I heard you talking about Uncle Hi.
And she forgot to friend him, so
we're
going to send this out later.
Karla
Go ahead.
Anymore about Uncle Hi.
Uncle Hi.
Yeah.
Obviously, right now that you're very loved and cared about. Lots of love to you.
Yeah.
Double
Double
bye,
for me.
Everybody. I know double.
I don't know you, but I love you.
All right, and we'll see you all, and thank you all.
We'll see you next week.
I'm going to try to get him.
I want to meet Uncle Hi.
You want to meet Uncle Hi? I think Uncle Hi is going to be like
a cool dude.
He's a very cool dude. He is a very
next
cool
week,
dude.
November 9th, Wednesday, is the day after Election Day. It's also the day of Friends of Fuller's 9th Annual Strike Fest.
Yeah. We'll do a short little something for you guys.
We will be doing a little bit of a live shoot from the Strike Fest. Very short, not a whole show.
It also happens to be the day that Dad passed away.
Yeah, November 9th is the
We didn't plan it that way, but he did that on November 9th.
So
but we're going to light it up, and it's going to be a very happy, celebratory time.
Oh, yeah, lots. Oh, my, so much fun. I just can't wait. If I can just get some sleep to prepare for it, that's all I need.
You better.
We'll make sure.
Yeah, we got to get
You're telling me to sleep. Look at that.
These are the 24-hour girls, but look, I tried that for a little while, but I can't survive without sleep, so I've been getting my sleep. Otherwise, I'd be looking even crazier than I do.
Oh my God! What's the cat calling the kettle
we're
black?
making a bow now. We're going to get our sleep.
Okay, once we've all agreed. Are we signing off? Are we signing
I think
off?
this is the final one, right?
A threesome agrees.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening. Thank you for watching Karla Rainelle's show. Thank you to our guest, Iris Gordy, my mother, who I love, and appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
And love to you all. Love and kindness. That's what I say every time.
That's
love
right.
and kindness, please.
And
good evening.
Okay. Be good, everybody.
And thanks to everybody I'll shout out to you all.
Bye.
Morgan Ashley, my daughter's watching.
Hey,
Yeah,
Morgan.
bye-bye.
Hi,
Morgan Ashley.
Hey, Kiki, Mama.
And Kiara.